Alright, sorry guys. We are back with part two.
So
Yeah, we
come
had to wait.
closer. So what we've done is we've let the noodles boil for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. If you touch them, they're still kind of firm but soft. So maybe we'll let it boil a couple minutes longer and then we have to get our cheese ready. So we're gonna go to the fridge and we bought Sargento extra sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, that's what we're gonna be
Sorry
using.
about that guy. Okay.
And then we're gonna use this evaporated milk. This milk is not like regular milk, it's sold in a can. And what's really good about it is that it's like extra thick, extra creamy. It's perfect for macaroni and cheese. Okay, so we're gonna give the water a little bit of a stir. See, we're stirring it around. See, we have the noodles here, and there's still some water left over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain out the extra water. You have to do this very carefully
Sit out.
so that the noodles don't fall out of the pot. So I'm doing it pretty slowly, just tilting it a little bit until as much of the water comes out as possible. Since Michael likes Christmas carols, we have Christmas carols playing in the background. So that's what our noodles look like. They're steaming up the phone, but that's what they look like, right? So we're gonna turn down the heat a little bit here, because if you put it back and the heat is up really high, what will happen is it will continue to cook, and then it'll eventually burn. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shake the can up because it says shake well on the top of the can. We're gonna rinse it off because it's been sitting at a grocery store for a long time on the shelf and it's sometimes dusty, and then we're gonna open it up, okay? Just like that. So we are, actually it still has some water in it if you take a look at it. So we're gonna get rid of a little bit more water because we don't want it to get too watery. See that extra water that's coming out? Just when you think you had it all, there's extra water. So we're gonna go back to the stove, and then we're gonna add some milk. Maybe about a cup. Get a good picture of it. I'm gonna get the milk boiling a little bit. Okay? Then we have to get ready for the cheese. Now, if we were talking about like special macaroni and cheese, see now the milk is starting to boil up a little bit, it's bubbling. If we were talking about special macaroni and cheese, then we probably would have several different kinds of cheeses. But since this is just a Friday night, my boy's hungry macaroni and cheese, we're gonna keep it simple with the cheese that's already shredded. Then we're just gonna start mixing it up. Mix it up. And then we're gonna watch as the cheese starts to melt. Okay, so for now I've put in maybe about a cup of cheese, and then we're gonna let Michael start stirring up the cheese a little bit, the macaroni and cheese, so that everything mixes pretty well. See how it's beginning to melt? Okay, just turn it down a little bit so that it doesn't start to burn. Then I'm gonna switch places with Michael. Hold on to that. So, see, it's getting nice and creamy. Look at that. Right? So we're gonna put a tiny bit more milk, maybe a little bit more than a tiny bit, and we're gonna use this seasoning. It's called adobo, just to give it a little bit of punch. And then we're gonna use some black pepper. And then we're gonna put some a little bit more cheese. Okay. And then we're gonna continue to mix it up. How's it look? Looks good?
Yeah, it looks good. Get me, get me, get me. Sorry,
Make sure all of the cheese is melted. Okay, now I'm gonna switch places with Michael, and I'm gonna get ready to give him
My dinner.
the first taste of the macaroni and cheese. Take a look at that.
Oof.
Look at that, nice and cheesy, right? Just the way we like it on a nice cold Friday night. I'm gonna make sure we turn off the stove.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
Mom.
give Michael a plate. And now I am going to record Michael as he takes his first bite of our macaroni and cheese.
It'll be a little bit hot.
It's gonna be a little hot, so make sure you blow.
It is okay. This is oh my, this is so good.
Is it?
This is I'm not even lying. This is good.
Well, I'm glad you like it. So there you have it, a very simple Friday night macaroni and cheese brought to you from Michael and his mom.
Love you guys.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas. Mwah.